Hello everyone and welcome to another update on the market. For today, I decided to cover British pound versus US dollar. I will speak about the gold market, crude oil, Bitcoin versus US dollar and dollar index. I will start with the British pound versus US dollar first, because I think this is so very interesting what is happening and what happened yesterday and the last 2 days on this currency pair. So this is the daily time frame of the pound versus US dollar. And we can see that market finally broke this multi-week consolidation, basically the rectangle with the key support at 1.2600 and it was key resistance around 1.2785. But what is also interesting here is I placed the 200 simple moving average, as you can see here, and we got a close below this 200-day moving average. And this is the first close below this 200-day moving average since mid-November last year. So from this perspective, this might be the classical breakout, and we can project, for example, objective based on this rectangle. So if we just project from this breakout, it seems like a first projected objective is around 1.2400 mark. So we'll place the line here, and it's also important level. If you watch in the previous price section, this is where we got the swing high and swing low, so I think this is a great objective for the downside breakout. Now, if the market, for example, regain this 200-day moving average and hold above, then this can be a fake breakout, and in that case, if market can regain 1.2600, 640 and hold above, then there is a chance for the fake breakout and rotation towards that resistance again. But that's an alternative scenario, just in case the bidding will catch underneath this 200-day. If that's not the case, and so far seems like market is holding so far below this rectangle consolidation, below 200-day, the likely chance and the likely scenario is for market to go in the next period towards this key objective 1.2380 mark. Some bigger objective in case of the bigger downside momentum, I will say the next level will be around 1.2220 mark. If we go lower frames, like for example hourly time frame, we can see that there was just a weak rally after this breakout, which is very confirmative for the further downside continuation. So the downside scenario is likely, but still the alternative scenario for the fake breakout is always present, especially around those breakout levels. Now, again, we have a 200-day moving average and the daily time frame on the gold. You can see here that market is near the key support area in the last couple of weeks, area around 2010 and 2003. The key resistance from other side is around 2060 mark. So market is in this consolidation, but it's trading above the 200-day moving average. You can also see that here how market actually held pretty well at this point on the retest. Here market was like a little short of this 200-day regain. So we will see at this stage if the market will remain in consolidation and eventual breakout. The 1965 is the area of the 200-day moving average. If the market can really break and hold below the 200-day, that will be a pretty big sign of the weakness and potential for the further downside movement. So the key support to watch is around 2000 mark. Key resistance to watch is around 2067. Of course, if market will have a strong breakout above 2070 and hold above, then there will be a chance. If we project this area here and this consolidation range and project here, this will lead us even towards the 21-24 mark, just a projection of this rectangle. From the other side, if we just added this to the downside, this will lead us around 1940 mark, which is also this low swing low area here. Now, speaking of the crude oil, you can see here how the market tried to trade above the 200-day, but it actually didn't hold even for 1 day. So this was a sign of weakness that appeared around 78 mark, and also lots of the swing highs around that 78, 79 mark. From the other side support area, is around 71.30 and the 69.50 mark, and we can see that we have some more like a doji candle yesterday on the daily time frame, like indecision. So this will be a key support to watch from my perspective. If the market can trade below the 68, let's say 68 mark and hold below, there is a chance for the further downside movement, even towards the 64 mark, which is the next important support area. In case of the rejection, there will be a chance for the retest of the 200-day moving average, an area around the 77 mark or even 79 mark. Now, watching Bitcoin versus US dollar, market is trading above the 200-day moving average. We can see that, but so far there is a consolidation that is already active for the last 6 to 7 days. Now, in case of some downside continuation relative to this initial first downside leg, so in case of this, if we can see the downside breakout, for example, of the 41,600, there is a chance for this downside leg and probably for the retesting of the 200-day moving average. The last time we were near the 200-day was like mid-October last year. But that's a scenario for the downside breakout. We also have the swing low around 38,500 mark. In case of the upside breakout to the 44,000 mark and hold above, then there is a chance for the retest. And I will say the area of the 46,500 and 47,000 mark. Now, if we go to the dollar index, we can see also that market really struggled around the 200-day moving average, and that we got this big outside bar and follow through. This is a strong indication that we can see the higher price in the dollar index in the next period. Again, this is a daily time frame, and we also broke the key resistance area from the previous, from the mid-November, let's say, and the mid-December. So at this point, there is a chance for the higher prices in the next period, and probably for the rally towards the I will say 105, 85, 106 mark, or even all the way up to the 106.70 mark. That will be all for this update, guys. I hope that you did enjoy. Have a good trading day, and speak to you from tomorrow morning.